Hey, welcome guys, welcome again to Coding Clown. I am Tarun Chawla, one and only host and clown here. Today we are going to talk about lists in Python. List is a unique data type in Python in which we can store large amount of items or objects. Python lists are used to store large amount of data within a variable. As if I want to store marks of 100 students in my own class, I don't need to create 100 variables for different students for storing their marks. I would create a list with name marks and store all the marks in them. Here I am going to show how we can do these things in Python, and I have written the notes and you will find these notes in the description. I will give the link to these notes. So here I am going to show how lists work in Python. I am going to create a Python file name. Now I am doing some unique thing. I am changing the file name to ls, not one as I do always. Look, now I am creating a list like my list. Now I can store any kind of item in it. It's not like other languages. If I store integer, I have to store only integers. I can store any data type value in list. I can store list within a list. I will show you example like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's my list. Now I can print this list. My list. Now this code. Now I can see I have list with it. Now I can store other values also, like I can store non-data type, I can store string, and I can store also here like floating point number. There is no restriction, and a complex number. It will do fine. As you can see, I got the output here. Now I am going to print the type of this list. Now it belongs to class list, so it will print class list. It means it is a list data type. Type of this my list. So here it is going to print. Like you can see, it is showing class list. It is a list data type. It's all about the list, and in Python list also have index. I am going to briefly explain what is indexing of list in Python lists. Now I'm going to give you overview. Let me comment these print statements, as this can cause clutter in our environment. That's why. So list indexing. Now if I take a list ls and write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now each element has a unique index in list. Like this one has 0 and this 5 has n minus 1, and here n is length of the list. Length of list is 5. So n minus 1 is equal to 4. Index of 5 is 4. Now I will write the index here. Give it a minute. Index. Here this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Now I can print with indexing ls square bracket, and now I'm printing element at index 0, and at index 0 it is 1, element is 1. Now you can see I'm going to get 1. I get 1, and I can do it with any index, like print element at third index. You can see at third index we have 4, so it will print 4. As you can see, I got 4 here. And in Python also support negative indexing. It is not available in every language. Python supports negative indexing also. I can show you here, like it starts from rightmost element, like minus 1. 5 has minus 1, it will have minus 2, 4, and 3 will have minus 3. As you can see, and this will have minus 4, and this is going to have minus 5. Now as I said, these all have the negative index also. Now I am going to print the values according to negative index. Now the negative index of 4 is minus 2. I am going to print minus 2 here. As you can see, I will get the value at index minus 2, which is 4, as you all can see, and I am going to print it. As you can see, I am getting 4 here. Now in Python we have list slicing, which means we can slice some part of our list according to given index. It has a special syntax. As you can see, list we have to give starting index, after that we have to give ending index, and we can give jump also, which means how many elements we have to jump. Here ending index is excluded, which means if I need a part of my list from 0 index to index 3rd, and we will get element from 0 to 2nd index. The third element at 3rd index will get excluded. Now I will print line from 2nd index to last index. If I am not mentioning here anything, which it means I want element in last index. So you can see I am going to get element from 2nd index to last index, which is 3, 4, 5. Same I can do with here. If I don't mention 0 here and anything else, it will automatically assume I am giving first 0th index as the starting index. Now I am giving jump here, which means now here is 0 means starting index. As I didn't mention anything, which means my numbers will start from 0 index and as I mentioned here nothing. My numbers will end at last index, and it will came after jump of 2, which means after 1 I will get 3, and after 3 I will get 5. Now as you can see, here is the output of my program. I can do this with negative index also, like -1 to -6, and I will give negative jumping here so that I can print my list in reverse order. This will print my list in reverse order, as you can see. You can do experiment with these indexing and try different kind of combination and print list slice of the list. Now I am going to explain the inbuilt function which Python provides us to perform useful operations on the lists. Now here are the inbuilt functions. First is the list append function. Now what this function do, like I have to create a list. Suppose I created a list like 67, 58, 45, 99, like this. I have a list. Now I want to add an element at the end of this list. I can use append function. Now what this function do? Append element at the end of the list. Now 90. It will added at the end of the list. Print ls. Now as you can see, I will have 90 at the last of my list. Yeah, here you can see 90. Let me clear this screen. CLS. Now other function is extend. This function is very useful if we want to combine two lists. Like if I want to combine this list and this list, I can do it with extend function. Like my list dot extend ls. Now if I print my list, as you can see, I am going to get a large list here. First I will get all elements of my list element. After that it appended all the elements of ls in my list. So this get extended and both the list get concatenated. We can do this by doing this. Like if I want to store this list in ls3, and I can do my list plus ls. Now if I print ls3, here we can see changes are done in my list, but in this case both the concatenated list will got stored in ls3. Here is the difference, and please note it down. Now you can see, okay, at my list get extended after this, so my list formed this. after that, and after that I again added those elements in that. That's why it's bigger than the older one, because my list get updated due to extend function. Now let me just erase this all which are bringing clutter to my output, like this. Now I have it is also insert function. What insert function do? It inserts the element at the end of the list, like at the end of the it inserts the element at a given index, like ls dot insert 64. I'm going to insert 64. Look, I have to give index first. At 4 index I want to insert 64. Now what is the fourth index? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will insert my element at here before 899. Now I going to print. Let me write it down. Print the ls. Print ls. Now as you can see, I will find 64 here before this, before 899. After that we have remove function. It removes the element. If I give remove, now if I give remove element 90, it will remove the element 90 from the list. As you can, I am not getting 90 here. If I give an element which is not present in list, it will result an error to me. As you can see, I have got an value error, which means x is not present in 9, and as 91 is not present in the list. Next we have pop function. This function is really useful. If I want to pop the last element of my list and want that, pop function basically what do? It removes the element at the end of the list and returns that element, like ls.pop. It will pop the last element and return it to me. The last element, wait a minute, I will have to save it again. Now you can see I am getting 90 here. As the last element is 90, we appended it here. If I give index here, like I give 2, it will remove the element at index 2, which is 34, and return it to the print function. Now I am getting 34. This function is returning 34 and print function is printing the 34. After that we have, after pop, we have a lot. Clear function, what do? I don't have to show it. It clear all the list. All elements get removed from the list. After that we have a sort function. This function is really amazing. As you can see in this list, all the elements are not sorted. So we can do it by using sort function, ls.sort. Now what does this function do? It change inside changes inside the element, this list, which means it will perform the changes inside this list and does not return nothing. So if I print my ls, so I am going to get a sorted list. As you can see, it performed all the operation within the list and does not create another list of sorted elements. It performed all the operations within the list. As you can see, I got the sorted over it. If I want in descending order, I can do reverse equals to true. So it will give a reverse order. As you can see, in descending order, I am getting all of this. After that we have an index function. This returns the index of the number. Like if I give 45, it will return the index of number 45 in the list. Now you can see this. I am going to get index of 45, which is 1. As you can see, it is 1. If I give a number which is not present, it also results an error, which is value error. As you can see, I am getting an error. So let's see how many functions we left. And at last we have reverse function. It does not return nothing, but it changes do changes inside the list and reverse all the elements. Like if I do ls dot reverse, reverse. All the elements will get reversed inside the list. So as you can see, all the elements got reversed inside the list, and this is all about the built-in functions inside the list. And I have linked Python documentation here also, where you can visit and check whatever you want to check. Python also provides some documentation about its language and how you can perform some operations on these things. You can also read Python documentation, which would really helpful to you and give a deeper understanding of the language. And this is all about the today's videos. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.